Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam from ElliotOracle.com. I'm also the author of Fearless Tarot, How to Give a Positive Reading in Any Situation, which is due out in just 1 week on October 8th. I'm so excited. It's hitting shelves worldwide. I'm so thrilled. And if you like my positive approach to tarot, or you've been trying to learn tarot, but you've just been turned off by some of the descriptions of some of the more negative cards, you're going to love this book. It's going to be a game changer for you because I'm going to show you how to apply the symbolism practically, but also in a positive way. Here is the list of events that's coming up really quickly. October 7th, I'm going to be with Thomas at the Hermit's Mirror page for a tarot interview. I hope you check that out. That is going to be 5 p.m. Central Time, October 7th. October 8th, the book comes out. And then October 9th, my birthday, I'm going to be with the tarot lady, Teresa Reed, on her page on Instagram, celebrating my birthday and also celebrating the launch of the book. That is going to be October 9th at 7 p.m. Central. It's time for this week's Oracle Reveal. So earlier today on Instagram, I placed up that photo with the 3 animals on it, which were the lion, the hawk, and the skunk. And I asked you to use your intuition and ask yourself which animal's calling to you. For those of you who picked the lion, it says be generous of spirit. And when we're aligning with lion, it's about stepping into your majesty again. It's really like owning your power, taking your space, and also just holding yourself up with dignity. Not necessarily in a place of ego, but instead in a place of healthy pride in who you are and what you've come from. The first card is where it's best to place your focus if you pick the lion. And we got the 8 of Wands, which means things are speeding up this week. This card's been coming up a lot in our Oracle reveals every week. And the 8 of Wands is unique. It's not showing a person or a part of a person on the card. It just shows these 8 sticks flying through the air at breakneck speed. And so this next week for lion people, it's going to be busy. You're going to have a lot of things to juggle. There's going to be a lot that's going to ride on your communication as well. And it's important that you're kind of airy this next week, that you're not taking things personally, that you're not getting flustered. But like the alignment of the wands all in one direction, get organized in your thinking and put all your intentions towards your target, and it should work. Advice from your inner wisdom, if you pick the lion, is wow, the Ace of Wands as well. Such a powerful card of new inspiration and new ideas. You can see that old ruined castle in the background of the card, which is saying those old ways, they're just crumbling apart. They're not working for you anymore. This is going to be a time of innovation, new ideas, and also feeling this magical inspiration around you. And so it's so important that you're getting focused on that goal. Notice how all the 8 wands are going right towards that ace, which is saying you're almost there, you're zeroing in on that goal. This is going to be a really magical time of inspiration, but you have to take advantage of the magic as it's swirling around you. And then finally, wands have those little leaves that are sprouting out, which could indicate that this is a time to branch into new areas of your life, things that you haven't explored before, and let the process be organic. And then finally, we got that mythic archetype that's going to be helping the people that pick lion. And there we go, a trifecta here with the wands energy. We have Hermes, the messenger god, who also holds that wand in his hand. And so I just feel like this is a time of brilliant ideas for lion. If you are thinking of doing something, act on it. Mercury or Hermes is also that messenger of communication. This is a really important time to put your intentions out there, speak up for yourself, but also to create new conditions through how you speak. So really get on the phone, get on the email, get on to your communities and really exchange information with them because this could open doorways for you. Don't be afraid to let your voice ring this next week. Next, we have the hawk spirit, who is also an animal of communication. And hawk says, let your spirit be your guide. And hawk circles above things from afar. It's able to look at things in perspective. And like Mercury or Hermes, the hawk is the messenger. So again, that communication thing is going to be ultra important this next week. The first card for hawk is where it's best for them to place their focus. And we got the 4 of Pentacles. It shows that miser who's clutching these 4 coins. And he's thinking, if I just hold on to these coins tight enough, they're going to bring me security. When the 4 of Pentacles comes up, it's asking you to take a mental inventory of what you're hanging on to. Because sometimes the thing that we're hanging on to that we believe is going to make us so secure or make us happy is actually making us miserable. When we look closely at this poor guy's face, he's absolutely suffering and miserable. And so this could be a time where you're really getting clear and you're basically saying, why am I carrying this anymore? I really don't need it. On a very base, practical financial level, this is a good card, monetarily speaking, but it does say that you want to be cautious with finances this next week. So no big expenditures, no splurging. You want to be a little bit more conservative on the money level, and only on the money level. And then second, we have advice from your inner wisdom if you pick the Hawk, and we got the Seven of Cups. This is a card of allowing yourself to imagine again and to dream and to think outside the parameters of something that's been limiting up until now. When I see the Seven of Cups next to that Four of Pentacles, it could indicate that things have been so practical, they've been so, mundane, that now it's time to play or explore a little bit. But both of these cards are kind of extreme, aren't they? Whereas the Four of Pentacles figure is thinking, hey, that earthy, make money, be secure thing is so important. That's all I'm going to hold on to. The Seven of Cups card is kind of impractical. It's a dreamy card, and it also runs the risk of you just being lost in castles in the air and not really in reality. And so I think for Hawk this next week, it's important to balance the practical edge with also your imaginative self. And don't go all or nothing. Don't think it's either or. Both things can be true. And then finally, the mythic archetype that's going to help Hawk this next week is, wow, Athena, the goddess of wisdom herself. So this is going to be a time where you're using your own wisdom. Wisdom is gained through experience. It isn't about being intelligent or smart. It's about being aware and knowledgeable from the experiences that are informing you. And it's important to know that you can have your dreams, but you do need to weave some practicality into them. It's also important to know that you can be practical and have things stable, but it doesn't mean you have to be completely boring. And so the Athena archetype is really telling you to balance these two truths, especially this next week. And finally, she's got that owl that's able to see into the dark, into what other people may be hiding. This is just a time to rise above and look at things rationally, logically, and take stock of it. But this is a really magical week for the Hawk people as well, as long as they can remain balanced. And then finally, we have the Skunk spirit, and it says, know your worth. And the reason for that is Skunk is respected by every animal. When they see the skunk coming up down the field or through the forest, they say, whoa, I'm not gonna mess with the skunk. I don't wanna deal with that. And so the skunk is all about, how do you carry yourself in the world? Are you showing up as somebody who is commanding that respect? Not by being a bully. Like the skunk doesn't ever bully anybody. He just shows up, he owns his power, his black and white. And so this is just so important for you to really step in and say, you know what, I'm gonna own this space by reputation alone. The first card is where it's best to place your focus this next week if you pick Skunk, and keep those practical projects moving. You got the Seven of Pentacles, which says that you've planted these seeds. They're really beautifully planted, and now you just have to wait for it to grow. It's slowly but surely growing. Seven of Pentacles says you're also over the hump, so you've been really pushing uphill for quite a while, and now you're just over that bend, which is kind of like, okay, I got the wind at my back. There's a little bit more momentum building here as well, but it's also not yet time for harvest, so you may have to be a little bit patient at this time as well. Advice from your inner wisdom, if you pick the Eight of Pentacles, oh, look at that. The harvest is on the horizon for the skunk people. We get the Empress. She's in her abundant garden, and here everything is ready for harvest. So what the inner wisdom is telling you is, hey, those seeds that you've planted, they're growing, and it may not be ready for harvest yet, but I'm thinking maybe toward the month of March for you, there's going to be a really nice boon, a really nice harvest coming in. The Empress is a reassuring voice. She's telling you, hey, you did a good job. Good for you for planting those seeds. They are growing. Be patient. The bread is baking in the oven. If you try to take it out right now and eat it, it's not going to be very good. So just be patient. And then finally, we have the mythic archetype that is going to be helping the skunk people, and we have Eos, the goddess of the dawn, rosy-fingered dawn, the goddess of new beginnings. Every day is a new dawn. And this is just saying that there is a new circumstance down the pike for you. Be patient. Things are still materializing, they're manifesting, and soon you will enjoy that positive new beginning as well. Very powerful cards. So everybody had a pretty positive reading this week. I do hope you enjoy the readings every week, and if you do, check me out at elliotoracle.com. Otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you at those book release events next week too. Take care.